Welcome to Monk's Moon Temple. As you settle in, perhaps you're feeling the weight of the day dissolving from your shoulders. Maybe there's a tightness in your chest you've carried for hours, or a chatter in your mind that feels like a room full of radios all tuned to different stations. Wherever you are, whatever you're feeling, it's alright. You've arrived. There's nothing you need to do right now. Nothing to fix. Just let your awareness soften, like a lens coming into gentle focus. Feel the support beneath you, the chair, the floor, the earth. Let yourself be held, completely, for these next moments. Our journey together is not about adding another task to your list. It's about discovering the quiet harbor that exists within the storm, a stillness that has never left you, even on your most turbulent days. Let's begin with a simple recognition. Close your eyes if you wish, or simply soften your gaze. Notice the space you're in. The temperature of the air. The faint sounds at the edge of hearing. Now, turn your attention inward. Is there a thought floating by? A thread of worry about tomorrow? A memory from earlier? Don't push it away. Just notice it. Now, notice who is doing the noticing. Behind the thought, behind the worry, there is an awareness that is simply aware. That awareness is not busy, not worried, not planning. It is like a clear, still pond, and your thoughts and feelings are like ripples moving across its surface. The ripples come and go. The pond remains. Our work is to remember we are the pond, not the ripples. To find our way back to that inherent stillness. This might feel elusive at first. You might think, my mind is nothing like a still pond. It's a tornado. I understand. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I found myself in the heart of Cairo, lost in a labyrinthine souk. The air was thick with the scent of spices and incense, a cacophony of voices haggling, donkey carts clattering on stones, music pouring from doorways. Overwhelmed, I ducked into a tiny courtyard, hidden from the main alley. In its center was a simple fountain. Just a small, burbling flow of water into a marble basin. I sat on its edge. The noise of the market was still there, but in that courtyard, it became a distant backdrop to the consistent, gentle sound of the water. My frantic thoughts began to settle, mirroring the water in the basin. I realized I hadn't needed to escape the souk to find peace. I just needed to find the inner courtyard, the fountain within the chaos. That fountain is always there in you. The mind's marketplace is busy, but you can always retreat to the inner courtyard, to the sound of your own breath, the feeling of your own presence. This is your first and last refuge. If this resonates with you, if you're yearning for more of these pathways back to your own inner courtyard, consider subscribing to Monk's Moon Temple. It's like a gentle bell, reminding you to come home to yourself, delivered regularly to your feed. Now, let's continue. We often believe that peace is a destination, a state we must arduously build or earn. We think, when I finish this project, I'll be at peace. When I resolve this conflict, I'll be at peace. When I finally get organized, I'll be at peace. We treat it like a finish line. But what if peace is not a distant point on the horizon? What if it is the very ground beneath your feet, and you've been too busy looking at the horizon to feel its steady support? Imagine you are on a ship in the middle of the ocean. The waves are high, the wind is strong. You are desperately scanning for land, for any solid thing to cling to. All the while, you are standing on the deck of a massive, sturdy ship. The ship is being tossed, yes, but it is not sinking. It is designed for this. Your stability isn't out there on some distant shore. Your stability is the vessel itself, your own body, your own breath, your own capacity for aware presence. The practice is not about stopping the stormy seas of life. It's about learning to trust the seaworthiness of your own ship. But why is this so hard? Why do we feel so tossed about? It's because we keep mistaking the weather for the climate. Your thoughts and emotions are the weather, passing, changeable, often stormy. Your fundamental awareness is the climate, vast, stable, capable of containing all weather patterns. We get so absorbed in the downpour of anxiety that we forget we are the entire sky in which the rain is falling. Let's explore the most common patterns of mental weather, not to judge them, but to learn their names so we're no longer frightened by them. When you can name the storm, you begin to separate from it. This isn't the sharp pain of anxiety or the burn of anger. It's a subtle, pervasive lack of presence. You're reading a page in a book but have no idea what you just read. You're driving a familiar route and arrive with no memory of the journey. You're in a conversation, nodding, but your mind is replaying a scene from yesterday or pre-writing an email for tomorrow. Your consciousness is like a boat untethered, drifting wherever the currents of association take it. You are physically present but mentally absent, a ghost in your own life. The cost is a profound sense of disconnection, of time slipping through your fingers, of missing your own existence. I witnessed a beautiful antidote to this in the mountains of Switzerland. I met a woodcarver named Klaus who made traditional cuckoo clocks. His work demanded incredible precision. One slip of the chisel could ruin weeks of work on a delicate leaf or animal figure. I asked him how he maintained such focus. He showed me his hands, rough and strong. The wood, he said, it talks. If your mind is elsewhere, you cannot hear it. The grain will tell you which way to cut. The knot will warn you to go around. My focus is not a strain. It is a deep listening. I am not forcing my attention onto the wood. I am letting the wood hold my attention. His craft taught him that focus is not a clenched fist of willpower, but an open hand of receptive listening. To combat the drifting fog, we must find our wood, an anchor in the sensory present. The feel of the steering wheel. The taste of your tea. The sound of the other person's voice. Let the present moment hold your attention, and you will stop drifting. This is the harsh, arid weather of judgment. It turns everything brittle. It's the voice that says, you shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have done that. This is wrong. That is ugly. When directed inward, it's a merciless critic. When directed outward, it's a constant fault finder. It creates a world of enemies and flaws, including yourself as the primary failing. This pattern thinks it is sharpening you, making you better, holding you to a standard. But it's like trying to polish a stone with a blowtorch. It doesn't refine, it scorches and cracks. I learned about cooling this heat from an unlikely teacher in the Australian outback. I was with an Aboriginal elder, walking at dawn. The red earth stretched forever. He pointed to a small, hardy desert oak. See this tree, he said. The sun here can crack stone. The wind can rip plants from the ground. But this tree survives. It does not fight the sun. It grows small, waxy leaves to hold water. It sends roots deep, deep down to find the cool water under the burning earth. It becomes friends with the heat. He touched the trunk. Your harsh mind is the scorching sun. Fighting it just makes you thirsty. You must grow your own waxy leaves. Moments of self-kindness. You must send roots down deep, to the cool, quiet water of your breath, your steady heartbeat. You must learn to be a friend to the heat, to understand it, not to be destroyed by it. When the inner critic blazes, don't stand in the open and argue. Retreat to the shade of a kind word to yourself. Send the roots of your attention down into the cool soil of your body. The sun of criticism will pass. This is the weather of, I don't want to. A thick, muddy feeling of inertia. It's not restful sleep, it's weary avoidance. You know you should make the call, start the project, go for the walk, but a heavy blanket of no seems to weigh down your limbs. It's the mind choosing numbness over the potential discomfort of engagement. This stagnation often follows periods of high stress or criticism. The system simply goes dull to protect itself. In the floating markets of Thailand, I saw how water must keep moving to stay fresh. Canals thick with traffic, boats laden with ripe fruit and vibrant flowers. The water that flowed freely from the river was clear. But in the side ponds where the water became still, a green, stagnant scum would form. The market master told me, still water forgets it is water. It thinks it is mud. It needs the current to remember. When you feel the stagnant pond of heaviness within, you don't need a massive wave of motivation. You just need a tiny current. The smallest movement. Stand up and stretch towards the ceiling. Walk to the window and look out for 30 seconds. Hum a single note. This isn't about accomplishing a task. It's about reminding your system, I am alive. I can move. A tiny current can begin to clear the stagnation. This is the mind as a chaotic, whitewater river. Thoughts crash into each other, swirling in eddies of, what if, tumbling over rocks of catastrophic imagination. It's future tripping and past regretting in a relentless loop. The body often tightens in sync, jaw clenched, shoulders hunched, breath shallow. You are mentally fighting phantoms, preparing for disasters that exist only in thought. It's exhausting because you are running a marathon in your mind, while your body is sitting perfectly still. There is an ancient technique used by sailors in the fjords of Norway to navigate treacherous, narrow channels. They call it taking a fix. In a thick fog, when you cannot see the cliffs, you must stop looking into the murky distance. You turn your attention to your immediate instruments, the depth sounder telling you the water beneath your keel, the compass giving you your heading right now. You move slowly, from one known point to the next, based on solid, present moment data. You do not try to see the entire journey through the fog. When you are in the churning rapids of anxiety, you must take a fix. Stop looking at the frightening fog of the future. Bring your attention to your present moment instruments. What is the depth? Feel your feet on solid ground. What is the heading? Feel your breath, in and out, right now. Navigate only this moment, then the next. The rapids cannot sweep you away if you are anchored in the sensory truth of the present. This is a cold weather pattern. It's not the hot anger of criticism or the churning chaos of worry. It's a frozen, why bother? It's the voice that whispers, nothing matters. You won't succeed. Feeling is pointless. Just shut down. It's a protective ice layer over a pond of vulnerability. It feels safer to feel nothing than to risk feeling pain, disappointment, or failure. But in this freeze, nothing grows. Joy cannot bloom. Connection cannot take root. In the long, dark winters of Finland, people have a concept called sisu. It's not about aggressive striving. It's about a quiet, persistent resilience, like the heartwood of a pine tree that endures the deep cold. A friend there told me, in the darkest month, we do not wait for the sun to return to live. We light candles. We make the soup that smells of summer herbs. We meet in the warm sauna and then run into the snow, laughing. The warmth is not outside. We make it inside, and we share it. When the deep freeze of doubt sets in, you cannot wait for external motivation to thaw you. You must light your own candle. Perform one tiny, caring act. Make a cup of tea and hold it, feeling the warmth seep into your palms. Text a friend a single heart emoji. Put on one song you used to love. Don't do it to fix your mood. Do it as an act of gentle defiance against the freeze, a declaration that a small, warm heart still beats within the ice. This is how you cultivate sisu, how you thaw from the inside out. These 5 weather patterns. The drifting fog, the scorching sun, the stagnant pond, the churning rapids, and the deep freeze, are universal. They visit every human mind. You are not broken for experiencing them. You are human. The path to peace is not about preventing the weather, that's impossible. It's about building a sturdy, compassionate inner shelter where you can observe all weather without being destroyed by it. It's about remembering you are the sky, not the storm. But to truly build that shelter, we must investigate the builder. We must ask, who is this me that feels lost in the fog, burned by the sun, stuck in the pond? We carry an assumption of a solid, central self, a little commander sitting behind our eyes, thinking our thoughts, feeling our feelings. This I feels so permanent, so real. What if we looked for it? Let's try. Close your eyes. Think of your name. That's a label, a useful sound. Not the self. Feel your body. That's a collection of sensations, constantly changing. Not a permanent self. Listen to your thoughts. They arise and pass like birds across a sky. Which thought is the self? Feel an emotion. It washes through, peaks, and fades. Which emotion is the permanent you? The you that woke up grumpy today is not the you that laughed at a joke yesterday. The you that is confident at work is not the you that feels shy at a party. You are a constellation of states, a river of experiences, not a fixed statue. This understanding, often called no-self, anatta, is not a cold, nihilistic idea. It is the key to profound warmth and freedom. If there is no solid, flawed statue of you, then there is nothing to permanently condemn. The voice says, you are a failure. If you believe you are a solid self, that's a life sentence etched in stone. If you see yourself as a flowing process, it becomes, the experience of failure is here right now. One is an identity. The other is a passing experience. One crushes. The other can be held, learned from, and released. The stone statue can be marred and broken. The river cannot be broken, it simply flows, around obstacles, ever changing. This fluid nature of self is mirrored in the fundamental law of existence, impermanence, anicca. Everything is in motion. Every cell in your body, every thought in your mind, every relationship in your life, every mountain on the planet, all are moving at different speeds toward change and dissolution. Your suffering is often a protest against this law. You fall in love and want the feeling to stay forever. It can't. You feel pain and want it to vanish instantly. It may not. Peace is found not in winning this impossible war against change, but in surrendering to the dance of it. I remember sitting with a sand mandala ceremony in Tibet. Monks spent days, with breathtaking precision, creating an intricate, colorful universe from millions of grains of sand. It was a masterpiece of devotion and art. At the climax of the ceremony, with chanting and prayer, they took brushes and gently swept the entire magnificent creation into a pile. They poured the sand into a river, to be carried out to bless the world. There was no sorrow, only a serene completion. The beauty was not in the permanence of the object, but in the sacredness of the process, the intention poured into each grain, and the graceful release. Your life is like that mandala. Each day, each relationship, each achievement is a pattern you carefully lay down. Clinging to it, demanding it stay fixed, is the source of pain. Appreciating its fleeting beauty, and then releasing it with grace when its time is over, that is the path of freedom. From this understanding, that we are fluid processes in a fluid world, a natural question arises: how do we navigate this flow without drowning in suffering? The answer lies in seeing the chain of moments, dependent origination. Suffering isn't random. It follows a sequence, a domino effect in the mind. A simple example: you're working, and your computer freezes, sensory contact. Frustration arises, feeling. The mind instantly craves for it to be different, craving. You cling to the story: this always happens to me. This ruins my day. Clinging. Suffering solidifies: you're now angry, stressed, the victim of a faulty machine, suffering. See the links. The suffering wasn't in the frozen computer. It was in the chain of mental reactions that followed. The power is this: you can break the chain. The weakest link is between feeling and craving. The feeling will arise. Frustration is natural. But in the tiny space after the feeling and before the craving takes over, you can insert awareness. Frustration is here. Just name it. Breathe into the tightness in your chest. By simply acknowledging the feeling without immediately jumping into the story of craving and blame, you dissolve the glue that holds the chain together. The feeling, held in awareness, will change on its own. You haven't suppressed anything. You've simply refused to follow the mind down its well-worn, painful path. This is the moment of true choice, the birthplace of freedom. This is the core of the path. Shifting from being lost in your experience to being wisely aware of your experience. From being the drowning swimmer to being the compassionate lifeguard on the shore, who sees the struggle and knows just what to do. The tools the lifeguard uses are the heart's innate qualities, waiting to be uncovered. We'll explore those profound tools, the practices of boundless heart, in the next part. For now, let this settle. You are not the weather of your mind. You are the aware space that knows the weather. You are not a fixed statue to be judged. You are a living, flowing river of experience. You are not doomed to suffer every domino fall. You can learn to catch the chain at the moment of choice. If you're just joining us, settle in. There's no need to catch up. Wherever you are right now is exactly where we begin. In our last time together, we touched on the idea that your mind has different climates. Passing weather patterns that visit every human experience. Today, let's walk gently through these landscapes together, not as a diagnostician looking for problems, but as a curious traveler learning the terrain of their own inner world. Understanding this terrain is the first step in learning to build a shelter of peace that can withstand any storm. Let's begin by finding your center. Wherever you are, take a comfortable position. Notice your body. The points of contact with what supports you. Now, bring your attention to your breath. Not to change it, but to witness it. The cool air entering, the warm air leaving. Your breath is your anchor, a constant rhythm in the ever-changing sea of your experience. With this anchor established, let's explore the skies of the mind. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your thoughts are not problems to be solved, but autumn leaves in a park. Some are golden, some are crimson, some are brown and brittle. Now, imagine a gust of wind, anxiety, perhaps, or a looming deadline. The leaves scatter, swirling in chaotic patterns, rising and falling with no direction. You try to catch one, a specific worry, but as soon as your mental hand reaches for it, the wind whips it away and brings 3 more into view. This is the mind of restlessness and worry. It's not productive planning. It's a cacophony of what if and if only, a mental squirrel cage spinning with boundless, unfocused energy. The body often echoes this with jittery sensations, a racing heart, shallow breath held in the chest. I encountered a profound teacher of stillness in the midst of this very pattern. It was in the heart of Tokyo's Shibuya crossing, arguably the busiest pedestrian intersection on Earth. A river of thousands of people flowed in every direction, a dazzling chaos of neon, noise, and motion. Overwhelmed, I found a narrow stairway leading up to a quiet, second-floor tea house. I sat by the window. From that vantage point, the crossing was no longer a chaotic storm I was lost in. It was a pattern. A beautiful, rhythmic dance of humanity. I could see the flows, the pauses, the collective rhythm. My restlessness settled. I was in the chaos, but not of it. I had found my observation post. Your breath, the feeling in your feet, the sensations in your hands, these are your observation posts. When the leaves of thought are scattering in the wind, don't chase them. Retreat to your observation post. Feel the steadiness of your body. From there, you can watch the chaos without being swept into its current. The leaves will eventually settle. Now, imagine a different landscape. A vast, gray lake under a winter sky. The water is not churning, it is frozen solid. A thick, silent ice covers everything. This is doubt. Not curiosity, but the paralyzing kind. The voice that says, why try? It won't work for you. You're different. Broken. You'll never change. This ice isn't angry, it's heavy, still, and hopeless. It creates a sense of immobility, of being stuck. Motivation seeps away. The world feels muffled and distant. This freeze often comes after a disappointment, or when we've internalized a story of our own incapacity. It's the mind's way of saying, if I don't try, I can't fail. I learned to melt this ice from a glassblower in Venice. Her studio was furnace hot, filled with the glow of molten silica. She showed me a failed piece. A beautiful, intricate vase with a hidden flaw that made it structurally unsound. I could despair, she said, holding the cool, fragile thing. I could let this convince me to never try a complex design again. Or, she placed it back in the crucible of the furnace. I can return it to the fire. Not to destroy it, but to return it to its essential, liquid state. From there, I can make something new. The flaw is not in the nature of the glass. It was in a moment of the process. The fire forgives everything. When the frozen lake of doubt forms within you, you must find your inner fire. Not the scorching fire of frantic effort, but the warm, transforming fire of a single, kind intention. I will try for just 5 minutes. I will be gentle with myself right now. This isn't about melting the entire lake at once. It's about focusing the warmth of your compassion on one small spot until a single drop of water melts, then another. The process begins with the first droplet of willingness. Let's shift again. Imagine a gentle forest. Now, imagine a rain begins to fall, but it's not nourishing. It's acidic. Where it touches the leaves, they brown and curl. Where it touches the soil, it hardens and repels life. This is ill will. The corrosive inner commentary. The criticism that burns. Sometimes it falls on others, they're so incompetent. So selfish. More often, and more painfully, it falls on yourself. You're so stupid. So lazy. You'll never get it right. This acid rain feels sharp, judgmental, and certain. It masquerades as a helpful coach, I'm just being tough on you so you'll improve. But its effect is only erosion. It eats away at self-trust, leaving behind the scorched earth of shame. I found an antidote growing in the most unexpected place, a rooftop garden in Mexico City. The air quality was often poor, the atmosphere acidic from pollution. But on this rooftop, the gardener grew tall, vibrant sunflowers. They are remediators, he told me. Their roots pull the toxins from the soil. Their very being cleanses the ground they grow in. He pointed to their broad faces. And they always turn toward the light, even on smoggy days. They find it. When the acid rain of self-criticism falls, you must become a sunflower. First, be a remediator. Send the roots of your awareness down into the moment. Acknowledge the toxic thought. Ah, criticism is here, and in that acknowledgement, you begin to pull its power from the soil of your mind. Then, deliberately turn your face toward the light. Not a naive, false positivity, but toward the light of a simple, factual kindness. I am breathing. I am here. I am doing my best in this moment. You may have to do this 1,000 times a day. That's the work of remediation. The sunflower doesn't fight the pollution. It tirelessly, naturally, turns toward the light and cleanses the earth from within. Now, picture a deep, silent fog rolling in from the sea. It blurs edges, muffles sound, slows movement. The world becomes a dull, gray sameness. Ambition dissipates. Clarity vanishes. This is sloth and torpor. It's a mental and spiritual heaviness, a fog that makes everything seem like too much effort. It's the urge to hit snooze not out of need for sleep, but out of resistance to engagement. It's scrolling mindlessly because choosing something meaningful feels like wading through mud. This isn't restorative rest. It's a shutdown, a protective numbness the mind employs when it feels overwhelmed or underwhelmed. The fire of motivation has gone out, leaving only damp, cold ash. I saw this fog lifted not by a gale, but by a single, persistent bell. In a remote monastery in the Scottish Highlands, the days could be monotonous, the weather perpetually damp and grey. The monk spoke of a green gloom that could settle on the spirit. Their practice. One monk had the duty, every 3 hours without fail, to ring a large, bronze bell. Not a frantic ringing. A slow, resonant bong, 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 that echoed through the stone halls and across the misty hills. A senior monk told me, the bell doesn't tell the fog to leave. It doesn't shout at the gloom. It simply creates a clear, vivid point of sound in the middle of it. It reminds us that beneath the gray blanket, there is still resonance. There is still a world of vibration and life. We just have to listen for it. When the heavy fog descends on you, don't try to lift it with brute force. Create your own clear, single note. Stand up and stretch, feeling every muscle. Step outside and take 3 deep breaths of cold air. Splash water on your face. Make a cup of tea and feel the heat of the mug in your palms. These are your bells. They don't solve your problems. They don't blast away the fog. They create a point of undeniable, sensory aliveness within the fog. From that point of clarity, you can take one small, clear step. Then another. Finally, imagine a vast, beautiful desert at midday. The sun is brilliant. In the distance, you see a shimmering oasis, lush palms, cool, blue water. You feel a powerful pull. You must get there. You hurry forward, but as you do, the oasis recedes. It was a mirage. A trick of light and thirst. Sense desire is this mirage maker. It's not the simple, wholesome desire for food when hungry or connection when lonely. It's the endless promise that the next thing, the next purchase, the next snack, the next experience, the next like, will finally quench your thirst for satisfaction. You scroll, you consume, you acquire, and for a moment, the shimmer seems real. But it always fades, leaving you thirstier than before, already looking for the next shimmer on the horizon. This pattern keeps you eternally leaning into the future, convinced that completion is just one more acquisition away. The cure for a mirage is not to run faster, but to learn to find the real water where you stand. I learned this from a nomadic herder in the Gobi Desert. He could find water where I saw only barren rock. He taught me to look not for the shimmer, but for the signs. A certain type of hardy grass, the behavior of insects, the faint, cool feeling in the air at dawn near a particular rock formation. The desert is not empty, he said. It is full of life, but you must learn its true language, not the language of your thirsty eyes. The real water in your life is not in the next shiny object. It is in the genuine nourishment of the present moment. It's in the feeling of a full breath. In the satisfaction of a task completed with care. In the quiet connection of eye contact with someone you love. When you feel the pull of the mirage, to shop, to scroll, to binge, pause. Place a hand on your heart. Ask, what is the true thirst here? Often, it's not for the thing. It's for comfort, for escape, for a feeling of aliveness. Can you offer yourself that true nourishment directly? A moment of true rest. A few breaths of fresh air. A kind word to yourself. Learn the language of your own true thirst, and the desert of craving becomes a landscape rich with hidden springs. These 5 patterns, the scattered leaves, the frozen lake, the acid rain, the heavy fog, and the mirage, are not your identity. They are not who you are. They are what happens in the mind under certain conditions. You are the one who notices the leaves scattering. You are the one who feels the cold of the ice. You are the aware space in which the acid rain falls, the fog drifts, the mirage shimmers. This distinction is everything. They also work together, creating cycles. The mirage of desire leads to frustration, acid rain, which leads to shutdown, heavy fog, which triggers anxiety about wasting time, scattered leaves, which solidifies into, I can't do anything right, frozen lake. Seeing this interplay isn't cause for despair. It's cause for understanding. You're not dealing with 5 separate problems, but with one interconnected ecosystem of the mind. And just as an ecosystem can be healed by addressing its core imbalances, so can your inner world. Now, bring your attention back to your anchor. Your breath. The leaves may still be falling, the lake may feel cold, the rain may patter, the fog may linger, the desert may stretch out. But here, in the feeling of the breath, is a point of stability that is not any of those things. It is simply life, moving in and out. This is your home base. You can return here from any weather pattern. In our next time together, we'll explore what this you that returns really is. We'll look into the mystery of the self that witnesses all this weather without being made of it. For now, simply practice being the compassionate observer of your own inner skies. Notice the weather without becoming it. Offer kindness to yourself when the storms come, as you would to a friend caught in the rain. The simple act of noticing with kindness begins to change everything. Until next time, at Monk's Moon Temple, be gentle with the skies within you. Welcome back, dear friend. I invite you to settle into a space of soft curiosity. In our last moments together, we learned to name the weather patterns of the mind. To recognize the scattered leaves, the frozen lake, the acid rain, the heavy fog, the shimmering mirage. This recognition is a profound act of freedom. But it raises a beautiful, essential question. If you can notice the storm, who is the noticer? Who is this you that watches the leaves scatter without being the leaves? That feels the cold of the lake without being the ice? That notices the acid rain falling without being burned? Today, we embark on a gentle investigation into the very heart of identity. We're not seeking an intellectual answer, but a felt sense of liberation. We'll explore the river of self, not as a fixed thing, but as a flowing, singing, ever-changing process. Let's begin by grounding. Feel the soles of your feet on the floor, the weight of your body being supported. Now, bring a hand to your chest, over your heart. Feel the warmth, the subtle pulse of life beneath your palm. This aliveness, this sensation, is part of your experience in this moment. But is it you? If you lost this hand, would you vanish? Of course not. So, you are not identical to the body, though you inhabit it beautifully. Now, turn your attention inward. Listen. Is there a thought? Perhaps a memory, a plan, a fragment of a song. Observe it as it arises, floats through awareness, and dissolves. Like a bird crossing the vast sky of your mind. Can you catch the thinker of the thought? Can you find the little person inside who is manufacturing these words? Or do they simply appear? So, you are not your thoughts, though you can witness their fascinating parade. Next, scan for an emotion. Perhaps a quiet contentment from settling in. A flicker of impatience. A trace of sadness. Notice where you feel it in the body, a warmth, a tightness, a heaviness. Watch it. Does it stay exactly the same? Or does it shift, intensify, fade, change color? So, you are not your emotions, though you have the courageous capacity to feel them deeply. What remains? A knowing. A peaceful, aware presence that is reading these words, hearing the sound of my voice in your mind, feeling the sensations, watching the thoughts and feelings come and go. This aware presence is like the sky. The weather of thoughts, emotions, and sensations passes through it. The sky doesn't cling to the storm or own the sunshine. It simply provides the space for all of it. This spacious, aware presence is closer to your true nature than any passing thought or fixed idea of who you are. This understanding, often called an ata, or no self, is not a cold negation. It is the warmest of invitations. It invites you to lay down the exhausting burden of being a solid, separate thing that needs constant defense, improvement, and validation. You are not a statue, carved in marble, that can be chipped, flawed, or judged. You are a river. Think of a river you love. The Ganges, the Amazon, the Mississippi, a gentle stream in a forest. What defines it? Is it the water? The water in it now is entirely different from the water that was in it an hour ago, a year ago. Is it the banks? They slowly erode and shift over centuries. Is it its name? A mere label. The river is a process. A magnificent, dynamic, flowing event of water, stone, light, life, and motion. It is never the same twice. You are this. You are a flowing process of sensations, perceptions, thoughts, feelings, and consciousness, fed by countless tributaries of experience, culture, memory, and biology. You are a verb, not a noun. I was taught this not in a temple, but in a pottery studio in rural North Carolina. An elderly potter, her hands etched with clay, was teaching me to throw a vessel on the wheel. My attempts were clumsy, collapsing. Frustrated, I said, "I can't make a vase." She smiled, stopped her own wheel, and pointed to the lump of wet, spinning clay on it. "Your mistake," she said gently, "is that you are trying to make a thing. You are forcing it into the shape of a vase. You must collaborate with the process. Feel the clay's willingness in your palms. Sense its center. Your hands don't impose a form, they guide a becoming. The vase isn't in the clay, and it isn't in your mind. It emerges from the relationship between your steady presence and the clay's nature." She placed her hands back on the spinning mound, and as if by magic, it rose into a graceful form. "See? You are not a maker of things. You are a participant in a process. Your life is that clay. Your awareness is the steady, guiding hand. You are not building a perfect, fixed statue called my life. You are participating in the sacred process of its continual becoming." This brings us to the companion truth, impermanence, anicca. The river flows because everything changes. Everything. The cells of your body. The synapses in your brain. Your opinions. Your relationships. The continents. The stars. It is all in motion, at different speeds. We suffer because we resist this fundamental law. We fall in love and whisper, never change. We feel joy and beg, stay forever. We feel pain and scream, leave now. We are like children trying to hold a sunrise in our hands. A powerful lesson in impermanence came from a lighthouse keeper on a rocky island in Maine. He lived with the endless cycle of the tides, the fog that swallowed the world and then lifted, the storms that roared and then became calm. One autumn, a fierce hurricane damaged the lighthouse itself. When I visited after the repairs, I expected to find a man shaken by the impermanence of his sturdy world. Instead, I found a deep calm. "The rock this is built on," he said, patting the granite, "seems permanent. But the sea has been eating it, grain by grain, for 1,000,000 years. The storm just reminded me. My job isn't to fight the sea or stop time. My job is to keep the light shining while the sea eats the rock, while the storms come and go. The light isn't about defying change. It's about offering a steady point of reference within it. Your awareness is that light. Your body, your circumstances, your feelings. These are the rock being shaped by the sea of time. Your suffering eases when you stop trying to save the rock from the sea, and instead, learn to tend the unwavering light of your own presence amidst the beautiful, inevitable erosion. When we see ourselves as a fluid process in a fluid world, we can trace the currents that create suffering. This is dependent origination, paticca samuppada. It's the compassionate map of how experience unfolds. Suffering isn't random. It follows links in a chain. A simple, modern chain: you're working late, tired, condition. You open social media for a break, contact. You see a former colleague's promotion party, feeling of inadequacy arises. The mind instantly craves to feel different, to have that, to not feel this lack, craving. You cling to the story: I'm behind. My life is off track. There's so much more successful, clinging. Suffering solidifies, a heavy gloom, self-doubt, a ruined evening, suffering. See how the suffering wasn't in the image on the screen. It was in the chain of unconscious mental reactions that followed. The power is this: you can learn to break the chain. The most accessible link to dissolve is between feeling and craving. The feeling will arise. Inadequacy, irritation, jealousy, fear, these are natural, fleeting sensations in the body-mind. But in the sacred pause after the feeling and before the mind grabs it and spins it into a story of craving, you have a choice. You can insert a moment of pure, kind awareness. Let's practice with a harmless example right now. Think of a minor annoyance from today. A long line, a rude email, a spilled drink. Notice the memory might trigger a faint feeling, a ghost of irritation in the belly or jaw. Pause. Don't follow the story of, "that person was so," or, "I always," just feel the sensation itself. Place a hand gently where you feel it. Breathe into that space. Say softly, "Irritation is here." Hold the feeling in awareness like you'd hold a delicate, wounded bird. Don't analyze it. Don't justify it. Just be with the raw sensation. Watch what happens. Without the fuel of your mental storyline, the sensation will often soften, shift, or dissolve on its own. You have just broken the chain. You moved from being a prisoner of reaction to a guardian of your own inner space. This is not passivity. It is profound empowerment. A gardener does not scream at the weeds or cling desperately to the blooming flowers. The gardener understands conditions. She knows weeds arise in certain soil, with certain sunlight. She gently removes them, not with hatred, but with understanding. She nurtures the flowers, not with clinging, but with care, knowing their bloom is temporary. You are the gardener of your inner world. The weeds of unskillful thought sprout from the soil of unawareness. You don't fight the weeds. You change the conditions by shining the light of awareness on them. In that light, they cannot thrive as they once did. Let me share a story that weaves these threads together: river, impermanence, and breaking the chain. It comes from a midwife in a busy Amsterdam hospital. Her work existed at the razor's edge of life and death, joy and terror, the most intense human experiences. I asked her how she stayed present without being shattered. "I had to learn I am not the dam," she said. "I am not a wall holding back the flood of emotion. That will break. I had to learn to be the riverbank." She explained, the river of experience, the mother's pain, the family's anxiety, the baby's first cry, the devastating loss, it all flows through the room. My job is not to stop the river or control its course. My job is to be a stable, present, compassionate bank. To provide a container so the river can do what it needs to do. To offer guidance from the shore, but not to get swept away in the current. The riverbank is changed by the river, yes, eroded here, built up there, but it remains, providing the space for the flow. She embodied it all. She was a process, the changing bank, in a world of impermanence, the relentless river. And she broke the chain of suffering by not clinging to outcomes or resisting pain, but by providing a stable, aware presence, the bank, for experience to flow through. So, who are you? You are not the frozen story of your past. You are not the anxious fantasy of your future. You are the aware, spacious presence that is reading these words right now. You are the river of this moment's experience, thoughts, sensations, sounds, all flowing through. You are the gardener, learning the conditions of your peace. You are the riverbank, providing gentle, steady space for life to flow. This realization is the end of the war with a phantom. You can stop trying to fix the statue, because there is no statue. You can begin to care for the river. To clear its blockages with kindness. To appreciate its changing scenes. To sit on its bank and simply watch it flow. In our next gathering, we'll explore what grows naturally on the banks of this river when we stop polluting it with self-strife. We'll cultivate the 4 guardians of the heart, qualities of love, compassion, joy, and balance that are not achievements, but natural births from this understanding. For now, simply rest as the awareness that you are. Let thoughts come and go like clouds. Let feelings rise and fall like waves. You are the sky. You are the ocean. Deep, vast, and unshakably present. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, be the gentle watcher of your own flowing river. Welcome back, dear friend. Settle in. Let the space around you become soft. Let your attention become gentle. In our last time together, we explored the river of self, the flowing, changing process of experience. We learned we are not a fixed statue to be judged, but a living river to be tended. Now, a beautiful question arises: if we are this riverbank of awareness, what grows here naturally? When we stop pouring the acid of self-criticism into our own waters, what blossoms on the shores? Today, we explore the innate, majestic qualities of the heart. They are not foreign emotions we must strain to fabricate. They are the native flora of a mind at peace. They have been called the Brahma Viharas, the sublime dwellings, the divine abodes. Think of them as 4 guardians who stand watch at the gates of your heart, not to keep life out, but to ensure that everything which enters is met with wisdom and care. We will invite them in, one by one, not as distant ideals, but as intimate friends. Let us begin by finding the soil. Place a hand on your heart. Feel the simple, steady rhythm of life within. This is the ground from which everything grows. Breathe into this space, softening any resistance you find. Now, we plant our first seed. Imagine a great, ancient tree. Its roots go deep into the earth, drawing nourishment from the dark soil. Its branches spread wide, offering shelter from sun and rain to all who rest beneath it. It does not ask, "Are you worthy of shade?" It simply provides, by its very nature. This is metta. Unconditional friendliness. A wish for well-being that flows without conditions. It is not passionate, romantic love. It is not approval. It is a steady, resilient kindness, like the shelter of that tree. And it must begin with the roots. The tree cannot offer shade if its own roots are poisoned. So we begin by offering this shelter to ourselves. This can feel strange, even wrong. The old voices may whisper, selfish, narcissistic. You should think of others first. But consider, if your own cup is shattered and empty, what will you pour out for others? Only desperation, or the pretense of care. We must mend our own cup first. So, let's practice. Right now, Silently, offer these simple phrases to yourself. Don't strain to feel anything. Just offer the intention, like scattering seeds on fertile ground. May I be safe from inner and outer harm. May I be healthy and strong in body and mind. May I live with ease of heart. May I be happy. If you notice resistance, a voice saying, "I don't deserve this," simply notice that voice with kindness. It, too, is just a thought seeking safety in its old, harsh ways. Meet it with metta. May this part of me, too, be safe and at ease. This is how we water the roots. I saw the power of this self-directed shelter in a rehabilitation center for wounded wildlife in the redwood forests of California. A veterinarian there cared for a great horned owl with a damaged wing. The owl was fierce, terrified, lashing out. The vet's movements were not filled with frantic, sentimental love. They were slow, supremely steady, and infused with a palpable quality of unwavering, non-threatening presence. She spoke softly, not to the owl, but as an expression of her own inner state. "It's all right. You're safe here. There's no hurry." She was not trying to make the owl love her. She was being a living embodiment of safety. Over weeks, the owl's fury turned to watchfulness, then to tolerance, then to a quiet acceptance of care. The healing began in the vet's own steady heart, and it created a field of safety that allowed the animal's own nature to heal. Offer yourself that same unwavering, non-threatening presence. Be the shelter for your own frightened, lashing out parts. From this rooted safety, kindness naturally branches outward. Now, picture a deep, clear well in the middle of a parched land. Its water is cool, refreshing, and limitless. Karuna is compassion, the heart's natural response to suffering. It is not pity, which looks down from a distance. It is not empathy, which can become overwhelmed by feeling another's pain as your own. Compassion is the brave, tender willingness to see suffering clearly, to let your heart be touched by it, and to respond with a simple, powerful wish, "May this suffering be relieved." The greatest block to compassion is the same as with metta, the condition of deserving. We offer it readily to an injured child or a grieving friend, but to ourselves. We erect a gate, "I caused this pain, so I must lie in it." But compassion is not a reward for good behavior. It is the appropriate, natural response to the presence of pain, as water is the response to fire. If your own hand were on fire, you would not pause to lecture it about carelessness before putting it out. You would act. Self-compassion is putting out the inner fire of your own suffering with the cooling waters of care. Let's tap the well. Think of a current struggle, a soft spot of pain, regret, or anxiety. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the ache, the tightness, the vulnerability. Now, offer these phrases, as if speaking to a beloved friend who has come to you in tears. This is a moment of suffering. Acknowledgement, not denial. Suffering is a part of the human journey. Normalization, not isolation. May I be kind to myself in this pain. The active wish for relief. May I give myself the compassion I need. You are not trying to fix the problem. You are bringing the healing quality of compassionate presence to the problem. Often, That is what allows the knot to begin to loosen. I witnessed the purest form of this in a hospice in New Zealand. A nurse, a large, quiet Maori man, was caring for an elderly man in his final hours, who was agitated and afraid. The nurse didn't offer empty platitudes. He didn't try to fix the unfixable. He pulled a chair close, took the man's trembling hand in both of his own massive, steady ones, and began to hum. A deep, resonant, wordless melody. It was a sound that didn't say, "Don't be afraid." It said, "I am here with you in the fear. You are not alone." The man's breathing slowed. The tension left his face. He was held, not cured. That humming was karuna in action. It was the deep well of compassion, offering its presence, not a solution. You can offer that same humming presence to your own inner turmoil. Not to silence it, but to hold it in the vast, resonant space of your care. Now, imagine a field of sunflowers at dawn. As the sun rises, every single head turns in unison, not in competition, but in a shared, radiant celebration of the light. This is mudita, sympathetic joy. It is the heart's capacity to delight in the happiness and success of others. It is the antidote to envy, which shrinks the heart, and to comparison, which turns life into a brutal contest. Envy says, "Your light dims mine." Mudita understands, "Your light adds to the total light in the world, and therefore illuminates me, too." This guardian requires deliberate cultivation in a culture that teaches us to see life as a zero-sum game. Start with the easy targets. A friend shares good news. Instead of the automatic, often unconscious mental calculation of how their news measures against your life, pause. Deliberately think, "I am genuinely happy for you. Your joy brings me joy." Feel it. Let it be a conscious choice. Then, practice with neutral people. See a stranger laughing with a child in the park. Silently celebrate their moment of connection. How beautiful. Finally, the advanced practice, wish joy for the difficult person, for the one who has caused hurt. You don't have to invite them back into your life. You simply free your own heart from the prison of resenting their happiness. You wish them well from afar, not for their sake, but for your own liberation. Every time you do this, you train your heart to expand, not contract. I learned this from a master vintner in the hills of Tuscany. His neighboring vineyard had just won a prestigious award he had long coveted. At the village festival, he was the first to walk over, bottle of his own best wine in hand. He raised a glass to his competitor, his voice loud and clear for all to hear, "Your skill honors this whole valley. Your victory makes our soil famous. I drink to your hands." There was no bitterness, only a kind of fierce, generous pride. He understood that another's excellence did not diminish his own, it raised the standard and reputation of the land they both loved. His joy was not passive. It was an active, celebratory force. Cultivate that. See your life as part of a shared ecosystem, not an isolated plot. Another's bloom makes the whole garden more glorious. Finally, envision a great mountain. Storms rage at its peak. Sun bakes its slopes. Spring flowers bloom on its southern face while the north is cloaked in snow. Through it all, the mountain remains, grounded, immovable, providing a home for all this changing weather. This is Upeka, equanimity. It is balance. It is not indifference, which is cold and uncaring. It is the profound, unshakable peace that comes from understanding impermanence so deeply that you are no longer thrown by life's inevitable ups and downs, the 8 worldly winds, of praise and blame, gain and loss, fame and disrepute, pleasure and pain. Equanimity says, I care deeply, but I am not controlled by outcomes. It is the steady hand of the surgeon who must cut to heal. It is the calm voice of the parent setting a firm, loving boundary. It is the peace of knowing you have done your part, and the rest is not in your hands. Without equanimity, metta becomes clinging, karuna becomes burnout, mudita becomes dependence on external joy. Equanimity is the stabilizing force that allows the other 3 to flourish without exhaustion. To cultivate this, practice with the small wins. You receive praise. Feel the pleasant flush, thank the person, and then internally release it. This praise is pleasant, and it will pass. You receive criticism. Feel the sting, look for any useful kernel, and then internally release it. This criticism is unpleasant, and it will pass. You are practicing non-clinging. You are learning to stand like the mountain, feeling the sun and the storm with equal acceptance, knowing you are vaster than both. I saw Upeka embodied by an air traffic controller in a tower at a major European hub. Her screen was a chaos of blinking dots, each a plane with hundreds of souls, all needing precise, timely instructions. A mistake could mean catastrophe. Yet her voice over the radio was a model of calm, measured clarity. Speedbird 287, climb and maintain flight level 350. No panic, no urgency, just impeccable presence. Later, she told me, the chaos is on the screen. My mind cannot be on the screen. My mind must be in the chair, in the breath, in the next correct instruction. If I get emotionally involved with any a plane running late, a VIP on board, I lose the whole picture. My care is in my absolute focus, not in my worry. Her equanimity was the highest form of care. It was the mountain providing a stable, reliable space for the chaotic weather of the sky to move through safely. Your mind can learn this. You can care for your life, your duties, your relationships. Not from a place of anxious entanglement with every dot on your screen, but from the stable, clear vantage point of the mountain within. These 4 guardians, the sheltering tree, the deep well, the sunflower, and the mountain, are not separate. They are one integrated ecosystem of the awakened heart. Metta provides the basic safety for growth. Karuna tends to the wounds that arise. Mudita celebrates the flowering. Upeka provides the stable ground in changing seasons. You do not need to perfect them. You simply need to invite them in. Start small. 1 minute of metta upon waking. 1 moment of karuna when you stub your toe. 1 instance of mudita when you see a stranger's smile. 1 breath of upeka when plans change. Tend to this inner garden patiently. The weeds of old habits will grow back. That's okay. Just keep planting the seeds of kindness. In our next session, we'll move from the heart to the practical arts of daily living. We'll learn how to build the structures, the inner monastery, that protect and nurture this beautiful garden we've begun to plant. For now, simply rest in the awareness that these capacities are not out there somewhere. They are the native intelligence of your own heart, waiting for the neglect to end and the tending to begin. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, may you be a gentle guardian to the world within you. Welcome back. Let's settle into a space of quiet intention. Over our time together, we've mapped the inner weather, explored the flowing river of self, and begun to cultivate the four majestic guardians of the heart. These are the seeds of peace. But seeds need protected ground to grow. They need a garden wall to shelter them from the wildest winds, and a consistent gardener to tend them. Today, we build that shelter. We construct your inner monastery. Not a place of escape, but a sanctuary of practice within your own being, a structure of mindful living that turns your entire life into sacred ground. Imagine an ancient stone monastery built into a mountainside. Its walls are thick, not to keep the world out, but to create a space of profound quiet within. In its central courtyard, there is a well of clear water. There is a garden for sustenance. There is a bell that rings at regular intervals, calling the inhabitants back from distraction to presence. This is what we will build in the landscape of your days. Every stable structure needs solid ground. The foundation of your inner monastery is sila, ethical, harmonious conduct. This is not about rigid rules or religious guilt. It's profoundly practical. Imagine trying to meditate, to find inner quiet, while carrying the agitation of a lie you told yesterday, or the residue of harsh words spoken in anger. The mind is turbulent, buzzing with justification and guilt. Ethical living is the process of smoothing that ground. It means speaking truthfully, acting with kindness, taking only what is given, using your energy wisely, and cultivating a clear conscience. A clear conscience is the most fertile soil for peace. It's the solid rock upon which everything else is built. I learned this not as a lofty ideal, but as a daily craft from a bridge builder in the remote mountains of Bhutan. He was constructing a simple footbridge over a raging river, using local stone and ancient techniques. The foundation, he said, pointing to massive rocks submerged in the torrent, is not glamorous. No one will see it when the bridge is done. But if it is not set deeply, correctly, and with integrity into the riverbed itself, the most beautiful bridge will wash away in the first storm. He spent weeks on those hidden stones. Your ethical choices are these foundational stones, set into the riverbed of your daily life. Each time you choose honesty over convenience, kindness over retaliation, generosity over scarcity, you are setting a stone. You are creating an unshakable base for the bridge to a peaceful mind. Start by reviewing one small area. Perhaps it's your speech. For one day, practice speaking only what is true, necessary, and kind. Notice the inner stability this builds. That stability is your foundation. A monastery has a wall. Its purpose is not to create a prison, but to define a sacred space. In your inner world, this wall is built through sense restraint. You have 6 sense doors: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and the mind itself, which senses thoughts and emotions. In our modern world, these doors are constantly bombarded, propped wide open. Notifications, news cycles, advertising, endless scrolling, it's a torrential storm of input. Every input triggers a feeling, which can automatically trigger craving or aversion, which leads to suffering. Your inner monastery needs a gatekeeper. This doesn't mean withdrawing from life. It means becoming intentional about what you let in. It's the difference between living in a house with all the windows and doors shattered in a hurricane, and living in a house where you can choose to open a window to the birdsong and close it to the traffic noise. Practice. For the next hour, decide to leave your phone in another room. Notice the impulses that arise to check it. Those impulses are the visitors knocking at your gate. Instead of automatically opening the door, pause. Breathe. Ask, is this necessary right now? You are strengthening your gatekeeper. Another practice, eat one meal this week in complete silence, with no screens, no reading. Just you and the taste, texture, and nourishment of the food. You are training your attention to reside within the experience, not to be lured out by constant stimulation. This wall of restraint creates the quiet courtyard where you can finally hear your own heart. In the center of the monastery courtyard is a deep, still well. Its water is clear because the sediments have settled. This is samadhi, concentrated, unified attention. It's the trained ability to place your mind on a single object, the breath, a prayer, a candle flame, and keep it there. A scattered mind is like muddy water, you can't see anything clearly. A concentrated mind is like still water, it reflects reality with perfect clarity. Most people believe they cannot meditate because they can't stop thinking. This is a misunderstanding. The goal is not to stop the thoughts. The goal is to cultivate the mental muscle that notices the thought has wandered, and gently returns to the breath. That returning is the rep, that is the practice. It's like going to the gym to lift a weight. You don't lift it once and become strong. You lift it, set it down, and lift it again. Your mind wanders, you notice, you return. That is the exercise that builds the power of concentration. A master jeweler in the Grand Bazaar of Istanbul taught me about this quality of attention. He was repairing an ancient, filigree gold necklace, his magnifying lens fixed on a link smaller than a grain of rice. The market around him roared with chaos. Yet, his hands were perfectly steady, his breath even. I watched for 10 minutes, he never looked up. Afterwards, I asked how he maintained such focus. He smiled. The world is loud. The gold is soft. If my attention is on the world, I will crush the gold. So I give my attention as a gift to the gold. The more completely I give it, the quieter the world becomes. The focus is not a strain. It is an offering. Your meditation object, your breath, is your gold. Give your attention to it as a gift. When the world, your thoughts, intrudes, acknowledge it and gently give your gift back to the breath. Start with 5 minutes a day. Just 5. The consistency of returning is what deepens the well. Outside the monastery walls, but still within its care, is the garden. This is where sustenance is grown. This is mindfulness, the application of clear, present moment awareness to all activities. Concentration is the deep well of still water. Mindfulness is carrying that clear water out to water the vegetables, wash the dishes, and bless the guests. It is meditation in motion. Mindfulness means washing the dishes and feeling the warmth of the water, seeing the shine on the plates, rather than mentally rehearsing a future argument. It means walking and feeling the heel, ball, and toe of each foot as it meets the earth. It means listening to someone with your full attention, instead of composing your response while they speak. You are training yourself to live in the reality of this moment, not the fantasy of the past or future. I learned the art of mindful immersion from a freediver I met off the coast of Sardinia. She would descend dozens of meters on a single breath, into the silent, blue world. On the surface, she said, the mind is all noise, chatter, worry, plans. But as you descend, that fades. There is only the sensation of the water, the light fading, the rhythm of your body conserving oxygen. You become the dive. There is no separation between you and the action. That is the only way to go deep and return safely. Your daily life is the surface, full of noise. Mindfulness is the deliberate descent into the sensory reality of the task at hand. Be the walk. Be the dishwashing. Be the listening. For one task today, dedicate yourself to this complete immersion. You are cultivating the garden that feeds your soul. In the monastery, a bell rings at regular intervals, for prayer, for meals, for work. It is a call back from distraction to intention. In your inner monastery, you need your own bell. This is the practice of remembering. We forget. We get lost in the drama, the busyness, the identification. The bell is any cue that reminds you, come back. You are here. You are the awareness. Set gentle reminders on your phone, not with a jarring alarm, but with a soft chime. Let the message be a single word, breathe. Or present. Or simply, here. When it chimes, wherever you are, just stop for 3 seconds. Feel your feet. Take one conscious breath. That's all. You have answered the bell. You have returned to your monastery. Other bells can be routine activities. Every time you pass through a doorway, every time your hands touch water, every time you hear a bird sing. Let these become your bells of remembrance, calling you home to the sanctuary of the present. Every monastery has a space for deep solitude, for the abbot or the monks to retreat for profound contemplation. You need this too. This is your sacred solitude, time devoted entirely to being with yourself, without entertainment, distraction, or the roles you play for others. This is where you integrate everything, where you listen to the whispers of your soul, where you remember who you are beneath the doing. Start with 1 hour a week. Go for a walk alone, without headphones. Sit in a park and watch the world go by. Stay home and just be. The first 20 minutes will be uncomfortable. The mind will scream for stimulation. This is the withdrawal from the addiction to busyness. Stay with it. Boredom is the doorway to creativity and self-knowledge. In that quiet, you will hear the voice of your own intuition, the subtle guidance that is drowned out by daily noise. This solitude is not loneliness, it is the profound friendship with yourself. It ensures that your peace is not dependent on external company, but is sourced from within. Building this inner monastery is a daily, brick-by-brick practice. Some days, the walls will feel strong. Other days, a storm will seem to blow them down. That's okay. The blueprint remains. The foundation is still there. Just begin again. Lay one brick of ethical speech. Open the gate of your senses with intention. Draw one clear bucket of water from the well of concentration. Tend one row in the garden of mindfulness. Listen for the bell. Retreat into your solitude. In our next session, we'll explore how this personal monastery connects to the wider world, the role of community, of spiritual friendship, and how your inner sanctuary allows you to engage with life from a place of wholeness, not need. For now, simply intend to be the architect of your own peace. You have all the materials within you. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, may you build your sanctuary with patience and love. Welcome back. Let's settle into a space of gentle receptivity. In our last moments together, we began building the architecture of an inner sanctuary, the walls, the well, the garden. A structure of practice. But a monastery, no matter how beautifully built, is a hollow shell without the spirit that animates it. That spirit is not a distant, abstract holiness. It is the palpable, living quality of a heart at peace. Today, we move from architecture to agriculture. We plant the seeds that will transform your inner monastery from a quiet building into a living, breathing ecosystem of compassion. We turn to the 4 seeds of the heart. These are not complex philosophies to be studied, but innate capacities to be cultivated. They are called the Brahma Viharas, the sublime dwellings. Imagine them as 4 different kinds of seeds, each with its own unique potential, all native to the soil of your awareness. Your work is not to create them from nothing, but to clear the weeds of neglect and habit so they can grow on their own. Find a comfortable posture. Bring your attention to the center of your chest, the region of the heart. Don't visualize anything complicated. Simply feel. Is there warmth? Tightness? A neutral space? Whatever is there is perfect. Breathe into this area, softening and allowing. This is the soil. Rich, dark, and endlessly fertile. Now, we plant. This seed is small, hardy, and foundational. Its nature is unconditional kindness. Not passionate love, not approval, not sentimentality. It is a steady, resilient wish for well-being. Think of the quality of light from a candle in a window on a stormy night. It doesn't shout. It doesn't promise to stop the storm. It simply offers a silent, unwavering message: here is warmth. Here is a welcome. Metta practice begins with this candle lit for yourself. This is the non-negotiable first step. You cannot offer a genuine welcome from a house that is dark and cold to its own inhabitant. The traditional phrases are simple vessels for this intention. Let's try. Silently, gently, offer these words to yourself. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong. May I live with ease. May I be happy. If you notice resistance, a voice that says, "I don't deserve this," or "This is silly," do not fight it. That voice is just an old, thorny weed growing over the seed. Meet that voice with metta. May this anxious part of me be safe. May this skeptical part live with ease. You are tending the entire garden. I learned the power of this self-directed friendliness from a master blacksmith in rural Sweden. In his forge, he showed me how to work with a particularly stubborn piece of iron. If you strike it cold, with anger, he said, it will resist. It might even shatter. But if you bring it slowly, patiently, into the warmth of the fire first, then the strike of the hammer is not violence. It is collaboration. The metal yields. He wasn't just heating metal, he was practicing metta. He was creating the conditions of warmth and patience that allowed transformation to occur without breaking. Your own heart, when cold and hardened by self-criticism, will resist change. Warm it first with the gentle, patient fire of self-kindness. Then, any necessary change becomes a collaboration, not a war. This seed has a different nature. It is compassion, the heart's natural, intelligent response to suffering. If metta is the candle in the window, karuna is the act of opening the door, wrapping a blanket around shivering shoulders, and offering a warm drink. It is the movement from the wish for well-being to the active response to pain. Its enemy is not hatred, but indifference, the turning away from suffering, especially our own. We often believe we must deserve compassion. We treat it like a reward for good behavior. I can't be kind to myself because I caused this mess. This is a profound error. Compassion is not a prize. It is medicine. You do not ask a bleeding wound if it deserves a bandage. You respond to the reality of the wound. Your inner pain, anxiety, shame, grief, is a wound. It deserves the medicine of tenderness, regardless of its origin. To water this seed, use a simple practice. When you notice suffering, your own or another's, place a hand on your heart. Connect with the felt sense of care. Then offer these phrases. This is a moment of suffering. Acknowledge the truth without drama. Suffering is part of being human. Release isolation. May I be kind to myself in this pain. Apply the medicine. May I find the peace I need. You are not trying to fix or erase the pain. You are bringing the quality of compassionate presence to the pain. This changes everything. A powerful lesson in karuna came from a search and rescue medic in the Swiss Alps. His job was to reach climbers in traumatic situations. He told me, the first thing I do at the scene is not medical. I make eye contact. I say, you are not alone anymore. I am here with you. I must establish this connection before I touch a single wound. If their spirit is alone in terror, the body will not heal. Your own suffering often feels like a lonely, terrifying scene on a mountain ledge. Your practiced compassion is that rescuer's first, steady gaze. It is the message. You are not alone in this. I am here with you. Offer that to yourself. Let your awareness sit with your pain, not to fix it, but to end its terrible loneliness. This connection is the beginning of healing. This seed is vibrant and often the most neglected. It is sympathetic joy, the capacity to delight in the happiness, success, and good fortune of others. In a world that teaches us to compare and compete, mudita is a radical act of emotional generosity. It is the understanding that joy is not a finite pie. Another's slice does not diminish yours, it proves the pie exists and is being enjoyed. Envy and resentment are like weeds that choke this seed. They whisper, their success means your failure. Their light dims yours. Mudita retrains the heart to see, their joy adds to the total light in the world. Their success proves that good things are possible. This is not naive, it is strategically wise. A heart practiced in envy is a constricted, bitter place. A heart practiced in mudita is an expansive, joyful one. Start by cultivating it deliberately with easy targets. A friend shares good news. Pause your mental commentary. Silently affirm, I am genuinely happy for your happiness. Feel it. Then, practice with neutral people. See a couple laughing together. Think, how beautiful. May their joy continue. You are stretching a muscle. The most profound teacher of mudita I ever met was a retired schoolteacher in a small Jamaican village. Every Friday, the community would gather for a simple street festival. When a child won a race, or a teenager received a scholarship letter, or a neighbor finally fixed their roof, this elderly woman would let out a magnificent, rolling cry of celebration, yes. Look at that. Glory be. And she'd dance a little shuffle. Her joy was public, generous, and utterly unself-conscious. She took personal delight in the collective well-being. She understood that her own heart was the venue for the village's joy. Your heart can be that venue. You can choose to be a celebrant of the good that happens around you, knowing that in the celebration, you partake in the joy. This final seed is the stabilizer. It is equanimity, the calm, spacious balance of heart that remains unshaken by life's inevitable ups and downs. Praise and blame, gain and loss, fame and disrepute, pleasure and pain. Upekkha is not cold detachment. It is the deep wisdom of a heart that cares profoundly but is not controlled by outcomes. It is the mountain that remains while the seasons of success and failure, praise and criticism, swirl around its peak. Without upekkha, metta can become clinging, karuna can become burnout, and mudita can become dependency on external good news. Upekkha provides the steady ground. It understands impermanence so intimately that it is not surprised or overthrown by change. It allows you to engage fully while holding all results lightly. Cultivate this by working with the small wins. You receive a compliment. Feel the pleasant flush, thank the person, then internally release it. This is pleasant, and it will pass. You receive criticism. Feel the sting, look for any useful kernel, then internally release it. This is unpleasant, and it will pass. You are practicing non-clinging, the core of balance. I saw upekkha embodied by a master tea ceremony host in Kyoto. Every movement was exquisitely precise, filled with deep care and respect for the guest, the utensils, the moment. Yet, during one ceremony, a guest accidentally knocked over a beautiful, antique bowl. It shattered. A gasp went through the room. The host did not flinch. Her face remained serene. She calmly collected the pieces, bowed to the guest, who was mortified, and said softly, "The bowl has completed its service." It reminds us of the beauty of this moment, which is also fleeting. Let us continue. She then continued the ceremony with the same impeccable, devoted presence. She held care and non-attachment in perfect balance. The bowl mattered, but its breaking did not shatter the sacredness of the occasion. That is upeka. It is the ability to hold things, relationships, projects, possessions, even your own self-image, with care but not with a desperate grip. It knows that all forms break, and that the sacred space of awareness remains. These 4 seeds, friendliness, tenderness, celebration, and balance, are a complete ecosystem. Plant them together. Water them with your consistent attention. Some days, one will sprout more than others. That's fine. The garden of the heart has its own seasons. In our next session, we'll get practical. We'll explore how to specifically tend these seeds. The daily exercises, the phrases, the moments of practice that move these from beautiful ideas into the lived experience of your day. For now, simply hold the intention. Know that these capacities are your birthright. Your heart already knows how to be kind, how to be tender, how to celebrate, how to be steady. You are just remembering. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, may you walk gently in the garden of your own becoming. Welcome back. Settle in. Let your posture be easy, your breath natural. In our last time together, we planted the 4 seeds of the heart. We introduced them: friendliness, tenderness, celebration, and balance. But seeds, once planted, do not grow on their own. They need consistent, gentle tending. They need water, sunlight, and protection from the weeds that will inevitably try to choke them. Today, we become gardeners. We learn the practical, daily arts of tending the inner garden. This is where philosophy becomes lived reality, where intention transforms into the very texture of your life. Our work is in 2 directions, watering the seeds and pulling the weeds. We water with deliberate practice. We pull weeds by recognizing and gently disarming the old, automatic patterns that oppose these heart qualities. Let's begin with the first seed. The practice of metta is often done with silent phrases, but the magic is not in the words themselves. It's in the intention you pour into them. It's the mental gesture of offering well-being. Start small and specific. The daily practice begins with morning rooting. Take 2 minutes upon waking, before checking your phone. Lie still. Place a hand on your heart. Feel its warmth and rhythm. Silently offer these phrases: may I be safe today. May I be kind to myself and others. May I meet difficulties with grace. May my heart be at ease. Next is the commuter's metta. In traffic, on transit, or walking, turn your attention to the people around you. See a person in another car, a fellow passenger. Silently offer, "May you be safe. May you be happy." You don't need to feel a surge of emotion. You are simply directing the intention outward, stretching the muscle of goodwill. Then, the difficult moment pause. When you feel irritation or judgment rising, towards yourself or someone else, pause. Before the reaction solidifies, insert one meta phrase. For yourself, "May I be peaceful with this." For another, "May you be well." This isn't about approving bad behavior, it's about protecting your own heart from the corrosion of ill will. When you offer yourself kindness, this weed will sprout. Its roots are in shame and old conditioning. Don't argue with it. Weed pulling technique, acknowledge it with, you guessed it, kindness. Ah, there's the thought that I'm not worthy. May this thought, too, be held in kindness. Then, gently return to your phrase. You are not proving the weed wrong, you are changing the soil it grows in from hostility to friendliness. Compassion practice activates when suffering is present. It is a responsive, rather than a preparatory, practice. Its power is in moving toward pain with care, not away from it in fear. The daily practice includes the soothing hand. When you feel physical or emotional pain, a headache, anxiety, sadness, place a hand gently on the area where you feel it most. If it's emotional, your hand goes over your heart. Breathe softly into that space. Imagine your breath and your touch as a warm, soothing balm. You are not trying to make it disappear. You are saying, "I am here with you. It's okay to feel this." Next is the compassionate mantra. Use this three-step internal dialogue when suffering strikes. First, acknowledge. Name it truthfully. Say, "This hurts," or "This is stress." Second, common humanity. Break isolation. Say, "I'm not alone. Others feel this way too." Third, the kind wish. Apply the medicine. Say, "May I be kind to myself. May this pain ease." Finally, bedtime release. As you lie down to sleep, scan your body and mind for any residual aches of the day, worry, regret, tension. Send a wave of compassionate breath to each one. For the worry about work, may there be rest. For the regret about my words, may there be forgiveness. You are cleansing the day's residues with tenderness. The common weed, "This is weak. I should just tough it out." This weed confuses cruelty with strength and tenderness with weakness. Weed pulling technique, remember the Swiss medic. Was his connection to the wounded climber weak? No. It was the essential, strong foundation for all healing. Reframe, meeting my pain with kindness is not weakness. It is the most intelligent and courageous response. It is the foundation for true resilience. Tending the seed of celebration, mudita. This practice retrains the heart's instinct from comparison to connection. It is a deliberate reorientation of attention from lack to abundance. The daily practice begins with the Daily Delight Journal. For 1 week, each evening, write down one instance of someone else's joy or success that you witnessed or learned about. A colleague's accomplishment, a friend's happy news, a stranger's laughter. Next to it, write, "I rejoice in your good fortune." Feel the genuine intention behind the words. Next is social media alchemy. Before you scroll, set an intention: I will look for opportunities to practice mudita. When you see a post celebrating a success, a vacation, a happy moment, pause. Instead of the automatic comparative thought, consciously think, how wonderful for them. May their happiness continue. Click like as a conscious seal on that intention. Finally, celebrate your own efforts. At the end of a task, even a mundane one like finishing the dishes or sending a difficult email, pause. Place a hand on your heart and say, "Thank you. Well done." You are teaching your heart to recognize and celebrate completion, breaking the endless cycle of not enough. The common weed. Envious comparison, why them and not me? This weed is pervasive. Weed pulling technique, use the weed as the very trigger for the practice. The moment you feel the tight clutch of envy, name it, envy is here. Then, immediately offer the mudita phrase, may your good fortune continue. May your joy grow. You are doing a mental judo move, using the energy of the negative reaction to power the positive intention. It feels artificial at first, but it rewires the habitual pathway. Equanimity is cultivated by practicing non-clinging to the 8 worldly winds, praise and blame, gain and loss, fame and disrepute, pleasure and pain. The daily practice begins with the equal note. Keep a small, smooth stone in your pocket. Throughout the day, whenever your hand touches it, reaching for keys, change, your phone, let it be a physical reminder. Pleasant and unpleasant experiences come and go. I am the awareness that remains steady. The stone is your tactile anchor to balance. Next is the equanimity pause in conflict. In a heated discussion, when you feel yourself needing to win or fearing you'll lose, internally say, "This is a moment of intensity. I care about this, but I am not defined by the outcome. May we both find clarity." This creates internal space for a wiser response. Finally, evening review with equanimity. Briefly review your day. For each significant event, a success, a failure, a compliment, a criticism, mentally note, that happened. It was pleasant or unpleasant. It has now passed. You are training yourself to see all experiences as passing weather in the sky of your awareness. The common weed, clinging to outcomes, it has to go my way. This weed creates immense suffering when life inevitably diverges from our plans. Weed pulling technique, the and this, too, practice. When things go wrong, say to yourself, I wanted it to be different, and this, too, is part of life. I can care deeply and hold the result lightly. This phrase acknowledges your preference while simultaneously making space for reality. It marries caring with letting go. The gardener's wisdom, integration. You do not tend each seed in isolation. A garden is an interconnected system. Your daily practice might look like this. Morning, 2 minutes of metta, rooting in friendliness. Daytime, Use daily triggers, traffic, social media, minor frustrations as chances for micro-practices of mudita, celebration, karuna, for your frustration, or upekkha, letting go of control. Evening, 5 minutes of compassionate scan, karuna, and an equanimity review, upekkha. Remember, you are not striving for a perfect, weed-free garden. That doesn't exist. You are practicing the posture of a gardener, attentive, patient, gently intervening, and trusting in the natural capacity of the seeds to grow. In our next session, we'll expand our view. We'll explore how this tender, well-tended inner garden changes the way you relate to the wider world, how it transforms solitude from loneliness into sanctuary, and relationships from need into choice. For now, just tend one small corner. Offer one kind phrase to yourself. Meet one moment of discomfort with a soothing hand. Celebrate one small victory, yours or another's. This is how the garden grows. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, may your gardening be gentle, and your heart fertile. Welcome back. Let's settle into a space of open awareness. In our last time together, we became gardeners, learning the hands-on work of tending the seeds of the heart. We practiced watering kindness, compassion, joy, and balance in the intimate soil of our daily lives. Today, we lift our gaze from the garden. We look up. We expand our view from the tender, specific care of individual plants to the vast, all-encompassing space that holds the entire garden, the sky itself. This is the practice of moving from cultivation to embodiment, from doing the practices to being the space in which all experiences, pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral, arise and pass away without threatening your fundamental peace. Imagine your awareness as the sky. It is boundless, clear, and inherently peaceful. The four heart qualities are not separate from this sky, they are its natural weather patterns. Metta is the clear, warm sunlight. Karuna is the nourishing rain. Mudita is the sparkling, open expanse of a sunny day. Upekkha is the steady, unchanging blue that persists behind both clouds and sun. Our work now is to rest as the sky, and let these qualities manifest as the natural, appropriate response to whatever passes through. This shift is subtle but profound. It moves us from, I am practicing kindness, to, kindness is expressing itself through this moment of awareness. It is the difference between forcing a smile and feeling a spontaneous smile arise from genuine warmth. Let's explore how to invite this shift. You've practiced the phrases, may I be safe. May you be safe. Now, we deepen. Instead of wishing for safety, explore being a sanctuary. What is the felt sense of a safe presence? It is steady. It is non-reactive. It is welcoming without demand. Practice, sit quietly. Recall a time you felt utterly safe, perhaps curled up as a child, or in the arms of a loved one, or alone in nature. Locate the physical sensation of that safety in your body. A softening in the belly. A warmth in the chest. A sense of weight being held. Rest your attention there. Breathe into that sensation. Let it spread. This is not a thought. This is a somatic reality, the embodiment of safety. Now, Carry this felt sense with you. In a conversation, rather than thinking, "I should be kind," simply return to this inner anchor of safety. From that anchored place, your words and presence will naturally become a sanctuary. You are not doing metta, you are being metta. Your very atmosphere communicates, "Here, with me, you can relax. You are safe." You've practiced the compassionate response to pain. Now, we move from responding to suffering to being a compassionate space that can hold it. A harbor does not fight the storm-tossed ship, it provides calm waters for it to find rest. Practice, when you or someone near you is in pain, instead of immediately jumping to fix or console, pause. Take a deep, soft breath into your own heart center. Imagine your awareness expanding into a wide, calm, silent pool. Let the pain, the tears, the anger, the fear, be like a stone dropped into this pool. Your job is not to remove the stone. Your job is to be the deep, still water that allows the ripples to rise, spread, and gradually settle. Your silent, spacious presence is the compassion. You may still offer words or a touch, but they will flow from this deep stillness, not from a frantic need to make the pain stop. This transforms compassion from an exhausting labor into a sustainable, restful presence. You've practiced rejoicing in others' happiness. Now, we shift to experiencing joy not as a personal possession, but as a universal energy you can tap into and amplify. You become like a clear pane of glass that allows sunlight to pass through undimmed, even brightening it. Practice, when you witness joy, children playing, a beautiful piece of music, someone's genuine delight, don't just observe it from a distance. Open your senses completely. Let the sound of laughter vibrate in your own chest. Let the sight of beauty resonate in your eyes. Feel it as a tingling aliveness in your own body. Do not claim it as, "my happiness." Instead, recognize, joy is happening. Life is expressing itself as joy here. I am part of this field of aliveness. You are not generating joy for yourself. You are allowing the existing joy in the world to flow through you unimpeded. This makes you a magnifier of good fortune, not a competitor for it. You've practiced balance and non-clinging. Now, we deepen into the realization of being the unchanging ground upon which the drama of gain and loss plays out. You are not in the roller coaster car, you are the earth the tracks are built upon. Practice, sit in meditation. After a few minutes of calming the mind, ask yourself this investigative question: what in my experience right now is truly unchanging? Your thoughts change. Your sensations change. Sounds come and go. Even the sense of I fluctuates. But what about the knowing itself? The aware space in which all these changing phenomena are known. Can you find its edge? Its beginning or end? This aware, knowing presence is like space. It doesn't come or go, it is that within which coming and going happen. Rest as this knowing space. From this vantage point, watch a pleasant thought arise. It is just a visitor in the space. Watch an unpleasant sensation arise. It, too, is just a passing formation in the space. You are the space. This is the ultimate upekkha, the equanimity of the witness, which is your deepest nature. As you practice resting as the sky, two major weeds will appear. 1. Identification. I am the storm cloud of anger, or I am the sadness. You forget you are the sky and collapse into being the weather. 2. Contraction. The mind shrinks back from expansive, sky-like awareness into the small, familiar sense of me as a separate, vulnerable entity. Weed pulling technique for both. The gentle question. When you feel lost in an emotion or a narrow sense of self, softly ask, who is aware of this? Don't answer with a thought. Feel into the question. Feel back from the emotion to the awareness that is knowing the emotion. Feel back from the contracted me to the space in which the me is appearing. This simple inquiry is a lever that pries you out of identification and back into the expansive sky of being. This is not a practice for the cushion alone. It is a way of moving through the world. In conversation, you can listen as the sky, hearing the words, the weather, while resting in silent, spacious awareness, the sky. Your responses will be clearer, less reactive. In crisis, you can feel the panic, the storm, while simultaneously knowing yourself as the vast sky that is not damaged by any storm. Action arises from this clarity, not from panic. In beauty, you can disappear as a separate appreciator and simply be the appreciation, the sky in which the beauty manifests. You are learning to live from the inside out. From the unshakable center of aware presence, the appropriate quality of heart, sunlight, rain, sparkling air, or steady blue, naturally manifests to meet the moment. You are not managing 4 different practices. You are abiding in your true nature, and from that abide, the 4 guardians act through you. In our next session, we will bring everything together into the flow of a single day. We'll design a personal, sustainable rhythm, a daily dharma, that seamlessly weaves together the architecture of your inner monastery, the tending of your heart's garden, and this expansive sky-like awareness. For now, simply practice being the space, not the story. Rest as awareness. Let the heart's weather come and go. You are the sky. Vast. Clear. Already free. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, may you know yourself as the expanse that holds all things. Welcome back. Settle into this moment. Let the weight of your body be fully supported. In our journey thus far, we have explored the inner landscape, planted and tended the garden of the heart, and learned to rest as the expansive sky of awareness. These are the materials, the timber, stone, soil, and open air. Now, we become the architect. We take these materials and design a life. Not a life of perfection, but a life of intentional peace, a sustainable structure where wisdom and compassion become the very rhythm of your days. This is about creating your daily dharma, a personal, living practice that is as natural as breathing. An architect does not fight the landscape, they work with it. They consider the sun's path, the direction of the wind, the flow of water. Your daily dharma is not a rigid set of rules imposed upon your life. It is a wise and flexible design that works with the contours of your unique existence, your responsibilities, your energy cycles, your relationships, to create the optimal conditions for awakening to flourish. Today, we will design this structure together. We will move through the arc of a day, from waking to sleeping, and place gentle, powerful practices within it like supporting pillars. Think of it as building your inner monastery not as a separate place, but as the very blueprint of your daily life. The first hour after waking sets the tone for your entire day. It is the most sacred architectural space. Protect it fiercely from the noise of the world. 1. The sacred pause. 5 minutes upon waking, do not reach for your phone. Do not jump into planning. Lie still or sit on the edge of your bed. Feel the miracle of being alive. Feel your breath. Place a hand on your heart. Set a simple intention. Today, may I be present. May I be kind. This is the cornerstone you lay each morning. 2. Metta and movement. 10 to 15 minutes combine kindness with physical awakening. As you stretch, brush your teeth, shower, offer metta phrases. May this body be well. May this mind be clear. Let the warm water be an expression of compassion washing over you. You are consecrating your physical form for the day. 3. Nourishment with gratitude. 5 minutes. As you prepare or eat your first sip of water, first bite of food, pause. Look at it. Consider the sun, rain, earth, and hands that brought it to you. Eat the first few bites in silence, truly tasting. This practice of gratitude aligns your consumption with appreciation, not absent-minded fueling. Your day is your monastery's great hall, the space of activity. The architecture here is about remembering amidst the doing. 1. The transition ritual. Build tiny rituals for transitions. The key architectural joints of your day. Before starting your car or your work computer, take 3 conscious breaths. Feel your seat. Arrive. Before entering your home after work, pause at the door. Breathe out the day's residue. Breathe in the intention to be present with what awaits inside. 2. The bells of mindfulness. Choose 3 to 5 bells that will ring throughout your day, calling you back from distraction. They can be: every time your phone rings, let it ring twice before answering, breathing in between. Every time you pass through a doorway, every time you hear a specific sound, a bird, a distant siren. Let the bell mean, pause. Breathe. Here you are. 3. The compassionate check-in. 3x daily. Set gentle alarms for mid-morning, after lunch, and mid-afternoon. Label them, heart check. When they chime, stop. Ask, what is the weather in my heart right now? Just note it. No judgment. If there's stormy weather, offer 1 breath of compassion to it. This is like a structural inspection, ensuring the inner walls are sound. The evening architecture is about release and integration. It is about taking down the scaffolding of the day's identity and returning to the essential ground of being. 1. The digital sunset. Set a firm time, 1 hour before bed, when all screens go dark. This is not a punishment. It is the drawing of the monastery's curtains, allowing the natural inner light to emerge. The blue light of screens is the modern world's most potent disruptor of inner peace. Architecturally, it's like leaving all the windows shattered in a storm. 2. The review with kindness. 10 minutes. Briefly review the day. Not to judge, but to learn with compassion. Ask, where did I meet myself with kindness today? Where did I forget? Where did I offer presence? Where was I lost in thought? Acknowledge both with equal gentleness. This is the sweeping of the inner courtyard. A stable structure needs a keystone, a central element that locks everything else in place. For your daily dharma, this is sacred solitude. The weekly retreat, 2 to 4 hours, one block of time each week, ideally in nature, but a quiet room will do. No agenda, no devices, no company. Just you. Walk slowly. Sit. Be bored. Let the mind unravel. This is not time off. This is deep time in. It is the recalibration of your entire being to its natural frequency. It ensures your peace is internally generated and not dependent on external quiet. This solitude is the keystone that holds the arch of your weekly practice together. You are the architect of your own peace. This blueprint is a suggestion. Adapt it. If you have small children, your sacred pause might be 3 breaths while holding them. If you work night shifts, flip the arc. The principles are universal. Intention upon waking, remembrance during the day, release and gratitude before sleeping, and deep recalibration once a week. Work with the materials of your actual life. The goal is not to create a rigid schedule that becomes another source of stress. The goal is fluidity. The goal is for these practices to become so woven into the fabric of your life that they are no longer practices, but simply how you live. The architecture becomes invisible, and you simply dwell in the peace it supports. In our final session together, we will look at the journey as a whole. We will embrace the spiral path, the understanding that growth is not linear, but a deepening return to the same truths with greater clarity. We will discuss the role of spiritual friendship and how to carry this peace forward into a world that often seems anything but peaceful. For now, simply consider one small architectural change you can make tomorrow. One sacred pause. One bell of mindfulness. One moment of evening gratitude. Build your sanctuary one conscious breath at a time. Until we meet again at Monk's Moon Temple, may you build your days with wisdom, and dwell in them with peace. Welcome. This is our final meeting in this series. Let's settle in, not with a sense of an ending, but with the quiet acknowledgement of a beginning. We have gathered tools, mapped terrains, planted seeds, and laid blueprints. We have built an inner sanctuary. Now, we step back and look at the path itself, not as a straight line to a distant finish, but as a spiral winding ever closer to the center of your own being. This final session is about integration, wholeness, and walking forward with a heart at peace. Close your eyes gently. Feel the journey we've taken together. The recognition of the weary performance. The naming of the inner weather. The liberating discovery of the river-like self. The planting of the 4 seeds in the heart's soil. The building of a daily life that shelters peace. Feel all of it not as separate lessons, but as layers of understanding, each one deeper than the last, each one leading you back to the same essential truth: you are already home. You have always been home. The path is the process of remembering. We are taught that progress is linear. We start at A, work hard, and arrive at B, improved. This model fails us on the inner path. Here, progress is a spiral. You will encounter the same obstacles, impatience, doubt, fear, old hurts, again and again. But each time you meet them, you do so from a slightly higher turn of the spiral. You have more perspective, more compassion, more skill. What once felt like a brick wall now feels like a familiar contour in the landscape. You know the way around, or through, or how to sit with it until it changes. Do not mistake circling back for failure. When you find yourself snapping at a loved one, lost in anxiety, or numb with scrolling, and you think, "I've learned nothing. I'm back where I started." Pause. Look closer. Is there a tiny gap now? A moment, however brief, where you see yourself snapping, see the anxiety, see the numbness? That gap is the entire path. That is the turn of the spiral. That is the space of freedom. You are not lost in the reaction, you are aware of it. Celebrate that. That awareness is the dawn of your liberation. You do not walk this spiral path alone. The Buddha called spiritual friendship the whole of the holy life. This is not about finding a perfect guru. It is about finding fellow travelers, people who, in their own way, are also seeking to live with more awareness, kindness, and integrity. They are your mirrors and your anchors. A spiritual friend is someone with whom you can be authentically human, sharing your struggles without fear of judgment, your insights without pretense. They are the person who, when you confess, "I was so caught in anger today," doesn't offer advice but asks, "What was that like for you?" or simply says, "I hear you." Their presence reminds you that you are not crazy for seeking peace in a chaotic world. Seek out these people. They may be in a meditation group, a book club, or an old friend who shares your values. Be that friend for others. In doing so, you create a field of intention. Just as a single candle lifts the darkness in a room, a group of hearts committed to awakening creates a collective light that makes the path clearer for everyone. Your inner monastery gains a wider community, a sangha. You take refuge not only in your own practice, but in the shared aspiration for freedom. The ultimate test of your inner peace is not on the cushion in the quiet dawn. It is in the crowded supermarket line. It is in the tense work meeting. It is when you receive unfair criticism or face unexpected loss. This is where your architecture is stress-tested. Remember, you are not trying to become a person who never feels stress, anger, or grief. You are becoming a person who can feel those things fully without being defined by them, without adding a layer of self-condemnation on top. When the storm hits in the marketplace, you have practiced returning to your breath, your anchor. You have practiced naming the weather, this is fear. You have practiced offering yourself compassion, this is hard right now. You have the blueprint. Use it. Your peace becomes a quiet offering to the world, not through grand speeches, but through your presence. A calm, steady presence in a frantic room is a subtle, powerful gift. A kind response where anger is expected is a revolutionary act. You heal the world not by fixing it out there, but by embodying wholeness in here, and letting that wholeness ripple out in your actions, your words, your silent endurance. As you walk this path, guard against one final hindrance, spiritual pride, the belief that, I have arrived. The moment you think you're good at this is the moment you stop learning. Cultivate Shoshin, beginner's mind. Approach each moment, each breath, each irritation, as if for the very first time. Be curious. What is this? Not, this is just like that other time I got angry. See it fresh. In this openness, wisdom continually arises. Your practice will change. What works now may not in a year. Be willing to let forms go. The phrases, the rituals, the sitting times, they are rafts to cross a river. Once across, you leave the raft. Don't carry it on your back. Be fluid. Be honest. If a practice feels dead, set it down gently and try something else. Your inner truth is your only real guide. I will leave you with one practice that contains all the others. It is called the sacred pause. In any moment of the day, in joy, in stress, in boredom, you can do this. 1. Stop. Physically pause if you can. If not, pause internally. 2. Breathe. Take one full, conscious breath. Feel the air moving in and out. 3. Feel. Drop your awareness into your body. What do you feel? In your chest, belly, hands. Just feel. 4. Ask. Gently inquire, what is needed here? Not by the mind, but by life, in this moment. Is it kindness? Is it patience? Is it to simply wait and listen? 5. Allow. Let the next action arise from that spacious, inquiring pause, not from the old, reactive momentum. This pause is the doorway to the entire path. It is the space where the conditioned self stops and your true, aware nature can respond. This is not an end. It is an invitation to begin your own exploration, your own spiral journey, with the tools and understandings we've shared. You will forget. You will remember. You will fall. You will rise. This is the human dance. Be gentle with all of it. You are not broken. You were never broken. You are a luminous, aware being who temporarily forgot your nature, caught in the fascinating, painful dream of being a separate self. Every moment of awareness, every breath of kindness, every instance of patience is a moment of waking up. You are already waking up. Thank you for walking this path with me, here at Monk's Moon Temple. It has been an honor to share this space with you. As you move forward, remember, the sanctuary is within. The garden is your heart. The sky is your mind. You are the architect, the gardener, and the boundless space itself. Walk gently. Listen closely. Be infinitely kind to the one who walks. The path is beneath your feet. The way is open. Welcome home.